Hey folks, welcome to a new video. This is my Toro Max Recycler. This is basically my go-to mower. I have 3 different mowers, and when I really want to get something done quickly, simple, be less exhausted at the end, I go to my Toro Max Recycler. It just rolls with the Toro bearings, which apparently seem to be better than the other bearings in my other mowers. It just rolls easier and it's a lot more comfortable. But I'm up today at 7:30. I'm never up at 7:30. I usually sleep till about 11 or 12 to noon, or even later than that, just because of my job and my life, how it works. But I'm up really early. I didn't sleep as well last night, so I'm ready to go. And it's really beneficial to wake up earlier because it's so much cooler and the humidity is so much lower. And it just makes for a lot better experience being out and having to do activities. But yeah, you have to get up really early to do that. But the downside is that the grass is soaked. It might as well just be raining right now and me mowing while it's raining. The grass is that wet. I'll bring my camera over and we can look at the dew on the grass, but it is just literally soaked. Just lightly touching it, it is just soaked with water. And I just did a little bit of mowing just from my garage coming out to the front, and you can see the mower is just plastered in grass. The wheels are coated, the inside of the wheels are coated, the underside is just coated thick with grass. And so I was in mulching mode, and that's usually kind of what I've been doing lately, is mulching, but it has to be dry. So when it's wet, it really clumps up underneath, and it really makes mowing more difficult. So in this situation, to get up early and beat the heat, I'm gonna stick on my rear chute. And yes, you do, just FYI, when you buy the Toro mowers, you have to apply for the warranty, and then it gives you a checkbox where it says, please send me the rear chute, discharge chute, and it comes to you within a week. To me, it was like almost 2 months. It took a long time. It was a little upsetting that it took that long, but I did get it, and I've made videos with this. But it's very easy to do, to put on. You just lift the rear flap up just like this right here. There's just 2 little places right up on top. Slip it in, that simple. Put the flap down, and then the blue handle right here on the mower that allows you to open up the rear door. There's no rear chute, what do they call, you get what I'm saying. Whatever that piece that fits in on some of the mowers. This is just a quick handle. Just flop that down. It opens that door and it allows it to come out the back. Very, very simple. But this will really speed up my cutting with this really, really oversaturated grass. And then in the end, I will have to clean this mower. I'm gonna spray it all down. I'm gonna put it back up in its stow position and clean underneath the mower, because it would be gumped on there. And the benefit of cleaning it after you do wet grass is that the grass will hang and cling underneath the mower, and it's moist. And if you put this away for a week, then your grass is under there between your metal deck and the moisture, and it'll create a lot of rust and create a lot of advanced damage to your deck. So if you clean it out and you dry your mower off, you're not going to have that problem. Yes, it is more work. But if you spend $500, $600, $700 on your mower and you want them to last 15, 20 years, these are some of the things you have to do. But we're going to start mowing now. I'm just going to show you quick how wet the grass is. And you can just see, I mean, it's really sticky. You can see on it just really clings to the mower. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the moisture on the grass, but it's just ridiculous. And that's from the dew overnight. All right, this mower starts so easy. I mean, it is like a little child could start it if they were tall enough. But very easy to start. Starts on the first pull almost 99% of the time. All right, if I'm in the video, one important thing that I have to get used to when I start mowing is which way the side discharge is. Yes, it comes out the back and it goes out the left side, so your left side of your body. So if you don't want to blow everything on the concrete and have to do a lot of cleanup after that, it's better to aim the chute so that you mow over it and mow over it and mow over it again. And so that's kind of what I was doing right there. I switched up my routine halfway, you know, through my first intro of my mow. All right, check out my mower. It's really coated in grass because it's so wet and my shoes are just soaked. That's how it just might as well be misting or raining right now. But I'm not real concerned with my type of yard. I just want to cut the grass. I'm not into, I want it to be trimmed and look like it's not overgrown, but I don't care otherwise. I just want to mow it, get out here, do it real fast, sweat a lot less, get a lot less internal heat soak in my body, get it done, and then get out of here, get in the shower, and get all the bug bites and grass and everything that agitates my skin. So this is where this Toro Max Recycler really shines. I almost can jog with it to get this done a lot faster, a lot quicker. So just doing different camera angles for you to see. All right, I got this basically the front done. I got a little bit more touch up to do, but get in and get out. But I'm gonna go over the cleaning of it next and just show you real quickly how I do that and how I think it's very important to do. All right, here's a quick look at my neighbor's yard. So if I had a pristine lawn, and over here at my other neighbor's lawn, if I spent, you know, $1,000 every couple of months on my lawn, cutting, you know, seeding it and doing all this stuff and taking care of it like a real lawn should be, then you can just see what I'm up against. A really nice lawn against among lawns that are just quickly done, the bare minimal. And so I just kind of join in on that. It's just get it done. Not have the city on your back for overgrown grass, which of course I never have that problem. But you can see everyone around me does the exact same thing. So we're gonna mow just this little strip of grass right here, or vegetation. Vegetation. All right, you can see, I mean, it's really early in the morning and I'm out here to beat the heat, and you can see how much I'm sweating. the humidity is jumping up super, super fast. So let's go check out. I have some more mowing, but I'm not gonna put it on the video because that's just redundant. But the mower is really, really dirty underneath. Really needs to be cleaned. But this is what I want to say. I'm one of the few people in the neighborhood that edges, that, you know, goes along the sidewalks, you know, the sidewalks out on the road and trims there. And someone that goes along the sidewalk and edges that. It just happens so quickly. I mean, I've got to do this about every 3 to 4 days. But look at that mower, just coated in vegetation, grass clippings. That's battlefield tested right there. All right, I just want to show you these new sidewalks were put in. You know, this house is built in the 1945, late 40s. So they just updated and put these handicap sidewalk breaks, you know, so wheelchairs can come up over, you not have to go up over the curb. But it really makes mowing more difficult with these ledges that are around, and they left all these concrete pieces in the ground, a bunch of rocks. They just didn't do a very good finishing it. I've got all this concrete, so I got to be really, really careful with my mower to not slip off these edges. And someone will say, well, why don't you just weed eat? Well, I'm trying to knock this out really, really quickly. And just mowing sometimes is what I want to do. And I don't want to come in, I don't want to edge, and I don't want to weed eat, because that adds another hour, an hour and a half to my daily activity here. But see how my mower right here, let me turn my camera around. But see how my mower is not straddling, but is on the concrete, and I have to walk along the concrete. Those rubber wheels make all the difference in the world for my cutting application. Maybe not yours, but I really need to have these rubber wheels that roll really well and are wider. So that is a huge benefit of this Toro Recycler Max. I have all these edges, and I'm currently living in a very old house that's not very well maintained. Even before I got it, I maintain it as well as I can. But you can see I got to go along all these curbs. There, the curb is broken off right there, so I have no curb, and it gets really jittery right there and real sketchy. So it's really, really hard to cut this stuff. And then the neighbors don't maintain their portion of their yard, and it just grass grows or vegetation grows everywhere. So that's what I have to deal with. But I will likely come out and do some edging because it gets so overgrown around the sidewalk. Too, this is where they dug this out to put in all the new sidewalks, and there's all these rocks in here, and they're just under the ground, and my mowers suck up those rocks and damage the blade. So just one thing I have to tiptoe around and cutting this, because this is weeds, but this is like the ultra weed section. So this grows up to about a foot tall in just about 2 days. See, these are a lot of the rocks that are in the grass, man, and the mower just picks those up and hits those like a baseball bat, an aluminum baseball bat. Just really tears up my blade. You don't want to get in a routine of having to sharpen your blades every week. But here's just a little bit more difficult, tricky section that I have to do. Video is going to be really long, but I want to show you all this stuff, how cool this mower really is. For $550, and you can get it on sale for $500. But none of my other mowers will do this on almost slightly level ground, maybe a 1% grade. The mower will roll down the street, and it picks up speed as it goes down. I mean, like 2, 3, 4 miles. Excuse me, I'm sorry, 1 or 2 miles per hour. It's really phenomenal how well this mower. I mean, you just leave it sitting, and it'll roll away from you. None of my other mowers will do that. They will sit rock solid on this area right here. So that speaks to how good these wheels are and how good the bearings are. Mowers with less wide wheels and less grippy tread and rubber tires on this incline, the rear end will drop and you're constantly, doing an S line with the mower. This gets traction on this stuff. These wheels alone are worth so much money on the Toro Recycler mowers. I really, really enjoy and like these wheels. Again, it just helps everything go smoothly. All right, worth mentioning, if you like a mower that's clean after you mow and doesn't stack up grass on the deck, do not get a Toro Recycler or the Toro Recycler Max, or maybe a Super Recycler does this too. It basically puts what you cut on the ground on top of the mower. And we're gonna look at the bottom of this, and it's my thinking, I don't like to coat the underside of my mowers with lubricants or something like that. It just attracts more debris. Yes, grass will fall off, but more dust and things will coat on there. I just like the old school, use your mower, wash it and put it away, or dry it after you wash it and put it away. If you don't use it for another 4 days or 2 weeks or a month, then it's clean and ready to go for the next mow, and it's going to operate and be really smooth. But let's put it back in its stow position. And these are very easy to do. I used to think it was more complicated that you had to pull them out, but actually you just flip these up. You don't have to pull them out because that complicates it, makes it more difficult for your hands. And then just move your bar forward. You don't need to take your cord off because it has a stop, a little metal pin right there so that it doesn't go in. It just is a really, really well thought out. And then when you put it down in this position, you just lock in these in the little holes that are cut out for it, so that the handlebar doesn't flip back up when you flip the mower up. Oh, but you got to take your rear chute off before you flip it backwards. Put that down. You got to kind of clean that up too. But then put it back in its stow position. Get the hose out with a little spray nozzle on it. I'm going to scoot this back so you can see in the video. We're going to wash that off now. All right, just a little end attachment. Just spray off your mower. Get the dog doo-doo off the wheels. Also too, do not spray the mower while it's just scorching hot. Let the mower cool down maybe 30 minutes so that you don't put any extra condensation into the mower crankcase. Spin the blade around and get behind there, see? Just not a power washer. You probably just don't want to use a power washer. Clean. There we go. Let's do the air dry next. All right, for the air drying section, I just use my Craftsman shop vac. This thing is actually almost 25 years old. That's because I take care of my equipment. I bought this in the year 2000. So we're in 2025. 25 years old. But I basically I take my hose, put my hose on, reverse it so that it's blowing out high pressure air. I take my filter off from the inside so that it blows even more air pressure. Make sure you don't vacuum with it while you don't have your air cleaner on. Don't be an idiot. But then I use my spray nozzle and high pressure air and I blow it off. I do want to be in the habit of taking off the air cleaner and just blowing that off. There was a little bit of vegetation and grass and just a little bit of moisture on my air filter with the pre-sock on there, which I bought from Walmart in a pack of like 5. And these things will probably last a year with this pre-filter on there. They're not getting very dirty. Pre-filter meaning little sock or the little foam cover that goes on your air filter. Well worth buying these for like $14 or $15 for like 5. But clean out and everything and dry off and then put that back in there. Not a bad idea to do. All right, she's all done and clean and dried. And if you want to, you can use like a Lucas spray mist that I use for my car and just spray that on the deck real quick and wipe it off and make it look really extra shiny and just take care of the paint. No harm in that. Just spray it on, let it sit for just a second. Wipe it off. And your neighbors will be envious of your beautiful black midnight mower. I put a fuel filter, a 75.75 micron filter if I remember correctly. And I think that's one reason why this mower runs so good, because when you get gasoline from the gas station, I've been doing it since I was like 9 years old for my dirt bikes, and now I'm 55 years old. And so I've seen through the years, you know, looking in my gas tank, I used to have to pour oil into my motocross racing gas, and you look into your gas can and you see garbage down in the bottom of your can. The fuel stations do not give you the cleanest fuel. So maybe that's the reason why this mower has been running so well. And my Echo brand mower is already starting to have those surges. That's basically probably because of the carburetor. The needles are so small, and maybe that 190cc motor has really tight tolerances in the carburetor. And so just a little grain of sand or a little grain of dust, a few of those in your gas tank, even though that mower is only like 2 months old, that's usually what causes the surging when you're mowing, or in your mower, or in your dirt bike, or anything with a carburetor or even fuel injection. It can come up your fuel injection. But yeah, I think that's what that is. So I need to put this filter on my Echo brand. One more thing, I swear, it's getting so hot and sweaty. I've had 0 issues with my Toro Max Recycler backing up. I've had zero issues with this mower, and I bought this mower in like June of 2024. I know it's only, you know, less than a year old, but I've been mowing with it pretty regularly, and it's just phenomenal. I've had like none of the backing up issues. Everything's just really been great. If I had stumbling issues with this motor, where it was wanting to stall out and not running smoothly, or problems with my personal pace or it backing up, I would be very honest, and I would not be nearly as happy with this mower. But again, it's been working perfectly, so I'm very, very thrilled about it. It's an excellent mower. Can't go wrong with the Toro Max Recycler. I'm going to be a little bit more complete today, maybe because I'm started super early and I'm just got a little bit more energy. I'm going to use my Eco brand sidewalk hedger or trimmer to go down the sidewalks and clean that up and edge, and then I'm going to use my my Eco leaf blower that I've had these for like 14 years. A couple of these items got stolen and I had to rebuy them, but I've had 0 issues with most of my my lawn equipment.